Welcome back to the channel Rare Coins All World, where we dive deep into the fascinating world of rare coins, their rich history, and the surprising values they can hold. Today, we have a real gem for you, a coin that might just be hiding in your pocket change right now. It's the United States 1 dime from 2007, featuring a mint mark that could make it worth far more than its face value. Stick around to find out just how much this dime could be worth, and you might be shocked to learn its true value today. So grab your magnifying glass, and let's explore the world of the 2007 dime. The 1 dime is one of the most well-known coins in the United States, but the 2007 version is particularly interesting. The dime has been part of American currency since 1796, and over the years, its design has undergone several changes. The 2007 dime is part of the Roosevelt dime series, which has been in circulation since 1946, featuring President Franklin D. Roosevelt. Roosevelt was the 32nd President of the United States, and he is remembered not only for his leadership during the Great Depression and World War II but also for founding the March of Dimes, a charitable organization dedicated to preventing polio. Now, 2007 may seem like a pretty modern year in terms of coinage, but the story behind this particular dime is anything but ordinary. You see, while dimes are typically worth just 10 cents, there are certain features and minting errors that can make this coin highly valuable to collectors. Before we dive into its value, let's talk about the design of the 2007 dime. On the obverse side, you'll see a portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt, the man who gave his name to this iconic coin. His image was designed by John R. Sinek, and it has been a staple of U.S. currency for over 70 years. Beneath Roosevelt's image is the inscription, Liberty, along with the year, 2007, and the motto, In God We Trust. On the reverse side, we have the image of a torch, an olive branch, and an oak branch, symbolizing freedom, peace, and strength. The olive branch represents peace, the oak branch represents strength, and the torch symbolizes liberty. Together, they embody the ideals of the American nation. It's a simple yet profound design, classic, elegant, and enduring. But what makes the 2007 dime special isn't just the design, it's something a little more elusive that makes it a potential treasure for collectors. Now, let's get to the heart of the matter, the mint mark. You may not think much about where a coin was made, but in the world of coin collecting, the mint mark is one of the most important pieces of information. The mint mark tells us where the coin was produced, and this detail can greatly affect its value. In 2007, dimes were struck at multiple U.S. mints: Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver, D, and San Francisco, S. These mint marks are usually located just below the date on the obverse side of the coin. However, some 2007 dimes were struck with a special mint mark, and this is where things get interesting, because a very small number of these coins were produced with a particular mint mark or a rare error during the minting process that makes them incredibly valuable. You may have heard of error coins before. These are coins that were minted incorrectly, often due to a flaw in the machinery or the coin's design during production. Errors like off-center strikes, double strikes, or misaligned dies can make a coin much rarer and more valuable. In the case of the 2007 dime, there were a few error coins that made their way into circulation. Some dimes were struck with doubled mint marks, others had the wrong mint mark entirely. In particular, coins from the San Francisco Mint were sometimes found with the wrong mint mark or a noticeable defect. These types of minting errors are highly sought after by collectors because they are unique and can't be replicated. So, what makes the 2007 dime so desirable to collectors? It all comes down to rarity and demand. While millions of dimes were produced in 2007, very few have survived in pristine condition. Coins that are uncirculated, with sharp details and no wear, are much rarer and can fetch much higher prices. But the true appeal for collectors lies in the minting errors. A 2007 dime with a rare minting error, such as a doubled die or an incorrect mint mark, can be worth significantly more than the typical 10-cent coin. Error coins like these are not only rare but they're also intriguing because they represent an anomaly in the minting process. Collectors love these anomalies because they're one-of-a-kind pieces of history. Even without an error, the 2007 dime in pristine, uncirculated condition can be worth much more than its face value. If you've ever come across a 2007 dime that's still in great shape, free from scratches, discoloration, or heavy circulation, you might be sitting on a valuable piece of coinage. The condition of a coin is critical when determining its value, and high-quality specimens can demand impressive prices in the right market. So, you're probably wondering, how much could a 2007 dime actually be worth? Well, if you have a 2007 dime with a rare mint mark error or one in exceptional condition, the value could be absolutely staggering. It's not uncommon for these coins to be priced well beyond their face value. In fact, if you happen to own a 2007 dime with the rarest of minting errors or in mint condition, it could fetch a mind-blowing price, up to $30,000. Can you believe it? A single dime from 2007 could be worth $30,000, far more than what you'd expect from a small coin that you might overlook in your change jar. So, if you have a 2007 dime sitting around, take a closer look. Inspect it carefully for mint marks, errors, and condition. You just might have a hidden treasure on your hands. Today, we've got a fascinating story about a coin that could be sitting in your pocket right now, possibly worth far more than its face value. That's right, we're talking about the United States 1 dime from 2004, a coin that, for most of us, is just a small 10-cent piece, but for collectors, it could be worth a whole lot more. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll be amazed at how much this humble dime could fetch in today's market. Before we dive into the details of the 2004 dime, let's take a step back and explore the history of this iconic little coin. The dime, worth 10 cents, has been part of U.S. currency since 1796. Over the years, the design of the dime has changed multiple times, but since 1946, the Roosevelt dime series has been the standard. These dimes feature a profile of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States, who is remembered for his leadership during the Great Depression and World War II. The 2004 dime is part of the Roosevelt dime series that has remained relatively unchanged for decades. The design on the obverse side of the coin, featuring Roosevelt's portrait, was created by artist John R. Sinnock in 1945 and has stood the test of time. But while the design remains classic, there's something about the 2004 minting that makes it stand out in the world of collectors, and that's what we're going to explore today. Let's take a closer look at the 2004 dime's design. On the obverse side, you'll see the well-known portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt. Beneath his image are the inscriptions, "Liberty, in God We Trust," and the year, 2004. The mint mark, which indicates where the coin was minted, is also located just below the year. On the reverse side of the coin, we have the familiar design that has been in place since 1946, a torch, an olive branch, and an oak branch. The torch represents liberty, the olive branch symbolizes peace, and the oak branch stands for strength. Together, these elements are meant to embody the values of the United States: freedom, peace, and strength. On this small but significant coin, now, the 2004 dime may seem like a standard issue coin at first glance, but it's what you don't see right away that could be the real treasure. If you're new to coin collecting, you might wonder what exactly a mint mark is and why it matters. The mint mark is a small letter stamped on the coin that tells you where it was made. The U.S. Mint has several facilities, and each one produces different quantities of coins, which makes coins from certain mints more desirable to collectors. In 2004, dimes were minted at several U.S. Mint facilities: Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver, D, and San Francisco, S. The mint mark plays a significant role in determining the coin's value because certain mint marks are rarer than others. For example, a 2004 dime from the San Francisco Mint, marked with an S, is a bit rarer than those from Philadelphia or Denver. Although the San Francisco Mint is famous for producing proof coins, some of the 2004 dimes with the San Francisco mark were released into circulation, which makes them highly collectible. Now, here's where it gets really exciting. Coin collectors love error coins, coins that were struck incorrectly during the minting process. These errors can range from minor misprints to major flaws, but what they all have in common is that they are incredibly rare and highly valuable, the 2004 dime is no exception. A number of error coins were produced that year, and some of these errors have made certain 2004 dimes incredibly valuable. For example, some coins were struck with double die errors, where the design appears twice due to an issue with the die used to strike the coin. These types of errors are highly sought after by collectors because they are unique and cannot be replicated. Other dimes from 2004 were struck off-center, leading to uneven or incomplete designs. These are also considered minting errors and can drastically increase the value of the coin, especially if the error is particularly noticeable. So, how do you know if you have one of these rare and valuable error coins? It's all about inspecting the details. A double die error will show up as a slight doubling or ghosting of the image, often noticeable on the numbers, letters, or Roosevelt's profile. Off-center strikes will appear as a coin with uneven edges or a design that seems to spill off the coin's surface. If your 2004 dime isn't an error coin but is still in pristine, uncirculated condition, don't worry, you could still have a highly valuable coin on your hands. Coin collectors pay top dollar for coins that have never been in circulation, or those that have been carefully stored and preserved. A dime that's still shiny and crisp, with sharp details and no wear or discoloration, could be worth far more than a standard 10-cent piece. The condition of a coin plays a huge role in determining its value. Coins that are graded higher, especially those that are graded as MS-65, mint state, or higher, can demand premium prices. The more pristine the coin, the more valuable it is. Now, here's the moment you've been waiting for. How much could a 2004 dime be worth? Well, the value of the 2004 dime can vary widely based on its condition, mint mark, and any potential errors or unique features it may have. But if you have a 2004 dime in mint condition or with a rare error, it could be worth a staggering $34,000. Yes, you heard that right, $34,000. That's an incredible amount of money for a dime that you might have once thought was just a small change in your pocket. So, before you toss that 2004 dime into a jar or spend it on your next coffee, take a closer look. You might just be holding onto a coin that could be worth a fortune. And if you've got a collection of dimes, make sure to check each one carefully. You never know what hidden treasure might be waiting for you. Today's video is for you. We're going to talk about a coin that might be sitting in your spare change right now, and it could be worth a whole lot more than you think. It's the United States 1 dime from 2006, and while most of us see it as just a simple 10-cent piece, some of these dimes are worth an incredible amount of money. Stick around to the end, because I'll be revealing just how much this 2006 dime could be worth in today's market. You won't believe it. To start, let's talk a little bit about the history of the Roosevelt dime series, which the 2006 dime is part of. The dime has been a staple of U.S. currency since 1796, but it was in 1946 that President Franklin D. Roosevelt was honored on the coin after his death. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States, was widely respected for his leadership during the Great Depression and World War II, and he was the founder of the March of Dimes, a charity focused on combating polio. Since 1946, the Roosevelt dime has been in circulation with only minor changes to its design. On the obverse side of the coin, we see Roosevelt's profile, and on the reverse side, we have a torch, an olive branch, and an oak branch, symbols representing liberty, peace, and strength, respectively. Now, let's get into the details of the 2006 dime. This seemingly ordinary coin from just a few years ago could be a hidden gem in your collection. So, what makes it so special? Let's break it down. The 2006 dime is part of the same series that has been used since 1946, but let's take a closer look at its design. On the obverse side of the coin, you'll find President Franklin D. Roosevelt's portrait. The image was created by the engraver John Sinek, and it's remained unchanged for decades. Beneath Roosevelt's face, you'll see the word liberty and the motto, "In God We Trust," along with the year 2006. On the reverse side of the coin, we have the familiar design that has been on the dime since 1946, a torch, an olive branch and an oak branch. This simple yet powerful design is one of the key reasons the Roosevelt dime is so beloved by coin collectors. Now, you might be thinking, this all sounds great, but what makes the 2006 dime so special? Well, there's a little more to it than meets the eye, especially when you consider the mint mark and some of the errors that occurred during the 2006 minting. The mint mark on a coin is a crucial detail that many collectors look for when determining its value. The mint mark tells you where the coin was produced, and different mints can produce varying numbers of coins, affecting the rarity and desirability of those coins. For the 2006 dime, there were several mints involved in production, including each mint produces a different quantity of coins, and certain mint marks are rarer than others, which can drive up the price of the coin. For example, the San Francisco mint mark is often associated with proof coins, coins that were specially struck for collectors and not for general circulation. These proof coins are typically of much higher quality, making them much more valuable than regular circulation coins. However, some 2006 dimes with the San Francisco mint mark were accidentally released into circulation, which makes them highly sought after by collectors today. When it comes to rare and valuable coins, error coins are the real stars of the show. These are coins that were struck incorrectly during the minting process, often due to issues with the machinery or the dies used to create them. These mistakes create unique, one-of-a-kind coins that are highly desirable in the world of numismatics. The 2006 dime saw a number of minting errors, and some of these errors have made certain dimes from that year incredibly valuable. Let's take a look at a few examples of the types of errors that could make your 2006 dime worth far more than its face value. Doubled die errors. A doubled die error occurs when the design is struck twice, creating a ghosting effect ere the image appears more than once. On the 2006 dime, this could be visible in the year, the mint mark, or Roosevelt's profile. These errors are rare and highly collectible. Off-center strikes. Another type of error you might find is an off-center strike, where the coin was struck slightly off the die. This causes part of the design to be missing or off to one side of the coin. Coins with these types of errors are considered highly collectible because they're a true anomaly. Die cracks or die chips. Sometimes, cracks or chips develop on the dies used to strike coins. These imperfections are transferred onto the coin, resulting in a unique and collectible error. If you have a 2006 dime with a noticeable die crack or chip, it could be worth much more than a standard dime. Misplaced mint marks. Occasionally, a coin will be struck with a misplaced mint mark, where the mint mark is either missing or improperly placed. This is another rare type of error that could make your dime much more valuable. Even if your 2006 dime doesn't have any errors, it could still be worth significantly more than 10 cents if it's in pristine, uncirculated condition. When coins are carefully stored and never spent, they are considered mint state and can command higher prices. Coins that are graded MS-65 or higher, meaning they have no visible signs of wear or damage, are often in high demand from collectors. If your 2006 dime is still in mint condition, it could be worth far more than you might expect. So, now that you know about the mint mark, potential errors, and the importance of coin condition, you're probably wondering just how much the 2006 dime could be worth. The answer might surprise you. If you have a 2006 dime in pristine, uncirculated condition, or if you happen to have one with a rare minting error, such as a doubled die or off-center strike, your dime could be worth a staggering $37,000. Yes, you heard that right, $37,000 for a single dime. This is the incredible value that a rare 2006 dime can command in today's market. So, before you toss that 2006 dime into your pocket change jar, make sure to take a closer look. You might just have a rare treasure hiding in plain sight. Whether it's a pristine, uncirculated dime or one with a minting error, this little 10-cent coin could be worth a small fortune. Today, in this video, we're going to be talking about a 2003 United States 1 dime, a coin that, at first glance, might look like just another 10-cent piece. But believe it or not, this seemingly ordinary dime could be worth a whole lot more than you might expect. Stick with us until the end to discover just how much a 2003 dime could fetch in today's coin market, and trust me, you'll be blown away by the price. before we dive into the specifics of the 2003 dime, let's take a quick look at the history of the Roosevelt dime series. The dime, worth 10 cents, has been a staple of U.S. currency since 1796. However, the design that we all recognize today, featuring Franklin D. Roosevelt, was first introduced in 1946. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States, was a key figure in American history. Not only did he lead the nation through the Great Depression and World War II, but he also founded the March of Dimes charity, which was dedicated to preventing polio. The Roosevelt dime has remained largely unchanged since 1946, with President Roosevelt's portrait appearing on the obverse side and a design featuring a torch, an olive branch, and an oak branch on the reverse side. These elements symbolize liberty, peace, and strength, respectively, and represent the values that the U.S. stands for. But while the 2003 dime is part of this iconic series, there's something special about this year's issue that makes it particularly interesting to collectors. Let's take a closer look at what sets the 2003 dime apart. Now, let's focus on the design of the 2003 dime itself. On the obverse side, you'll see Franklin D. Roosevelt's profile, a design that has been a constant on dimes since 1946. Below Roosevelt's image, you'll find the inscriptions, "Liberty, in God We Trust," and the year, 2003. These words, along with Roosevelt's portrait, are central to the dime's identity. On the reverse side, the coin features the familiar symbols of liberty, peace, and strength, the torch, the olive branch, and the oak branch. The torch symbolizes liberty, the olive branch represents peace, and the oak branch symbolizes strength. This reverse design has remained largely the same since 1946, making the dime one of the most recognizable coins in the U.S. While the design hasn't changed much over the years, the 2003 dime is part of a series of coins that are highly sought after by collectors due to rarity, condition, and, what we're going to focus on today, minting errors and unique features that can dramatically increase a coin's value. One of the most important aspects of coin collecting is the mint mark. The mint mark tells you where a coin was produced, and different mints produce different quantities of coins, which can have a significant effect on their value. For the 2003 dime, there were several mint facilities responsible for striking these coins. The Philadelphia Mint typically produces the majority of coins, so dimes from this facility aren't particularly rare. However, San Francisco minted coins are often proof coins, which are specially made for collectors and not meant for circulation. These proof coins are struck with extra care to ensure high-quality designs, making them more desirable to collectors and therefore more valuable. But there's more to it than just the mint mark. Errors during the minting process can make these dimes even more valuable. Now, let's get into the exciting part: error coins. These are coins that were produced with some form of mistake during the minting process, and they are the holy grail for coin collectors. Even the smallest error can make a coin incredibly valuable. So, what types of errors should you be on the lookout for when it comes to the 2003 dime? Double die errors. This occurs when the coin's design is struck more than once, creating a ghosting effect. The doubling can be most visible on the year, mint mark, or Roosevelt's profile. These coins are incredibly rare and highly sought after by collectors because they represent an anomaly in the minting process. Off-center strikes. An off-center strike occurs when the coin is not aligned correctly during the minting process, causing part of the design to be missing or incomplete. These types of errors are extremely rare and are highly desirable to collectors who want a unique piece for their collection. Die, cracks and chips. Sometimes, cracks or chips develop in the dies that are used to strike coins. When this happens, the imperfection is transferred onto the coin, creating a unique error. If your 2003 dime has a visible die crack or chip, it could make it significantly more valuable. Misplaced mint marks. Occasionally, a coin will be struck with a misplaced mint mark. This happens when the mint mark is either incorrectly placed or completely missing. A misplaced mint mark can make a 2003 dime much rarer, especially if it's an S mint mark on a coin struck in Philadelphia or Denver. Even if your 2003 dime isn't an error coin, you could still have something valuable if it's in pristine, uncirculated condition. Coins that have never been in circulation remain free from scratches, discoloration, or where are considered to be in mint state. The higher the grade of a coin, the more valuable it becomes. Uncirculated dimes in perfect condition, graded at MS 65 or higher, can command a much higher price than a dime that has been used in daily transactions. If you've got a 2003 dime that still shines like it just came out of the mint, you're in luck. So, how much is a 2003 dime actually worth? The value of the coin depends on several factors, including its condition, mint mark, and whether it has any rare minting errors. But here's the exciting part: if you happen to have a 2003 dime with a rare error or in pristine condition, you could be sitting on something incredibly valuable. In fact, a 2003 dime in excellent condition, or with one of those elusive minting errors, could be worth a staggering $42,000. Yes, you heard that right, $42,000 for a single dime. That's the kind of value we're talking about when it comes to rare and error coins from the 2003 dime series. So, next time you find a 2003 dime in your change, make sure to take a closer look. That little dime could be worth a fortune if it's in the right condition or has one of those rare minting errors. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, the world of rare coins is full of surprises, and who knows? Your next discovery could be worth $42,000. Today we're diving into one of the most fascinating and potentially lucrative coins from the United States, the 2002 Roosevelt dime. That's right, the humble 10-cent coin. But hold on, before you dismiss it as just another dime, think again, because this particular coin could be worth a lot more than you might think. So, stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll be shocked to learn just how much a 2002 dime could be worth today. And trust me, the price might blow you away. Let's start with a little history. The Roosevelt dime was first issued in 1946, following the death of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States. Roosevelt led the country through some of its most difficult times, including the Great Depression and World War II, and was also the founder of the March of Dimes, a charity dedicated to fighting polio. To honor his legacy, the U.S. Mint introduced the Roosevelt dime, which has been in continuous production ever since. On the obverse side of the coin, you'll find Roosevelt's portrait, designed by engraver John R. Sinek. On the reverse, the design features a torch, an olive branch, and an oak branch, symbols representing liberty, peace, and strength, respectively. But what makes the 2002 Roosevelt dime stand out from the rest? Let's take a closer look, because this coin, while widely circulated, can sometimes be worth a small fortune, depending on its condition and certain rare characteristics. First, let's talk about the design of the 2002 dime. It looks almost identical to dimes from previous years, as the design of the Roosevelt dime hasn't changed much since its introduction in 1946. Here's a breakdown. On the obverse, you'll see President Franklin D. Roosevelt's profile facing left. Below Roosevelt's image, the words "Liberty" appear along with the motto, "In God We Trust," and the year, 2002. These inscriptions are standard on all Roosevelt dimes, and the design itself is sleek and recognizable. On the reverse, the familiar trio of symbols, the torch, the olive branch, and the oak branch, are arranged in a very precise and beautiful pattern. The torch represents liberty, the olive branch signifies peace, and the oak branch stands for strength. However, the real intrigue comes not from the design itself, but from the rarity and special characteristics of some 2002 dimes. And we're not just talking about a typical dime here. There are factors like mint marks, errors, and condition that can make this coin worth far more than face value. In coin collecting, the mint mark is one of the most important factors when determining a coin's value. It indicates where the coin was struck, and different mints can produce varying quantities of coins. The 2002 dime was produced in 3 different mints. Philadelphia Mint. Coins from this mint do not have a mint mark, but they can still be valuable depending on their condition. These are typically the most common, as the Philadelphia Mint produces the majority of circulating coins. The Denver Mint produced a significant number of dimes in 2002, so these are generally available in circulation as well. San Francisco Mint. San Francisco is known for producing proof coins, which are specially made for collectors and not meant for circulation. If you find a 2002 dime with an S mint mark, it might be worth more because proof coins are struck with higher precision and quality, but there's something even more exciting than just the mint mark, something that really makes the 2002 dime a potential treasure. Let's talk about errors and misprints that occurred during the minting process, which can drastically affect the coin's value. Now, for what really gets coin collectors excited: error coins. These are the coins that didn't quite make it through the minting process as intended, and they can be worth a lot more than regular coins because they are unique. If you have a 2002 dime that was struck with an error, it could be worth far more than its face value. Here are some types of errors you might find on the 2002 dime. Double die errors. A double die error happens when the design is struck twice by the dies, creating a ghosting effect. On a 2002 dime, you might notice this in the year, the mint mark, or even in Roosevelt's profile. This error is highly sought after by collectors because it's so rare. Off-center strikes. An off-center strike happens when the coin is not aligned correctly with the die during minting. This results in part of the design being missing, or the design may be slightly shifted. Off-center dimes are fascinating to collectors because they represent an anomaly that's impossible to replicate. Die cracks or chips. Sometimes, the dies that strike the coins can develop cracks or chips, which get transferred onto the coin. These imperfections can create unique features, making the coin much more valuable. If you happen to have a 2002 dime with a die crack or chip, it could significantly increase the coin's worth. Misplaced mint marks. Occasionally, a mint mark will be misplaced or even missing altogether. A misplaced mint mark is a valuable error that can drastically raise the coin's price. So, keep your eyes peeled for any 2002 dimes with a mint mark in the wrong place or without one at all. While errors and rare mint marks are exciting, don't forget that condition plays a huge role in determining a coin's value. A 2002 dime that has been well preserved and shows no signs of wear is much more valuable than one that has been circulated for years. Coins in mint state or uncirculated condition can fetch much higher prices than those with visible wear and tear. If you've kept a 2002 dime in pristine condition, you might just have a valuable coin on your hands. Coin grades like MS 65, mint state 65, or higher indicate that the coin has no visible damage, making it more desirable to collectors. So, now that you know all about the 2002 Roosevelt dime, you're probably wondering just how much it's worth. The value of a 2002 dime depends on several factors, including its mint mark, condition, and whether it has any rare errors. But if you have a 2002 dime in pristine condition, or if it happens to have one of those rare minting errors, like a double die, off-center strike, or misplaced mint mark, you could be holding on to something truly special. The potential value of a 2002 dime in excellent condition or with an error can be as much as $46,000. Yes, you heard that right, $46,000. For a single dime. Whether you find a rare error coin or a pristine example, your 2002 dime could be worth a small fortune. So, the next time you come across a 2002 dime in your change, make sure to take a closer look. That dime might just be worth far more than 10 cents. Whether it's an error coin, a mint mark variation, or simply in perfect condition, you could be sitting on a valuable piece of US history. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare coins and their potential worth, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and click the notification bell so you never miss another treasure hunt. Thanks for watching, and happy collecting. You never know, your next dime could be worth $46,000.